Hello and welcome to Boomerang Beyond Wellness. I'm Angela Fischetti. So today's workout is a beginner's kettlebell upper body workout in a chair, and we're going to do supersets. So what are supersets, by the way? That's working two different exercises back to back without any rest. Now the accessories we'll be using today, obviously a folding chair. I'll be using my yoga chair, but you do not need to use this. I just like it because it's extremely helpful for demonstration purposes. We'll also be using a yoga mat or a sticky exercise mat. And also I'll be using a fit ball or a 9-inch Pilates ball, as well as sitting up on a cushion. And I will be using a yoga bolster. You can use maybe a really thick and long, wide pillow or cushion. And I'll be using a variety of kettlebells between 5 to 15 pounds. Now, this leads me right into the precautionary measures and medical disclaimers. So if you have a latex allergy, please be careful, because both the mat and the fit ball or Pilates ball are made out of latex. So you do want to look for non-latex or latex-free. Now, before I go any further, I want to say that if you have any chronic concern at all, I'm going to invite you to observe the video before participating. Look for what you can do. However, if you're not sure, then I would invite the medical healthcare practitioner who knows your body best to preview the video as well, to help you make an informed decision. Now, having said this, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into more specific issues. So, if you have any back spine issue, but particularly you've been advised not to bend down and pick up something, not to flex the spine, particularly picking up something of weight. Now, this can apply to, but not exclusive to, osteoporosis of the spine, and even the postural deviation known as hyperkyphosis. So this is the one with that slight kind of hunched appearance. So I'm going to be, this is the time here where I talk a lot. I'm going to be demonstrating your modifications and maybe even discussing different exercises for certain movements. So for those of you with the flexion issues of the spine, I'm going to be doing what's called a kettlebell gorilla row. And what that is a bent over row, all right? Well, bent over, that's an issue for you. So for you folks, you're going to do this variation instead. So you need to pay attention, because this is when you learn how to do it, and then it's your responsibility to apply it to the actual workout. So we bring the arms out in front. Inhale, I'm puffing up the chest. Exhale, I pull. Notice I lift the chest up. I don't want to make sure that this doesn't happen while I'm doing the work. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale on the effort. So that's your version, all right? Then we also have an incline chest press. Now, I just want to advise those of you who might have some TIA, transient ischemic attack, or a stroke. Be careful of the positioning of your head. Really, I'm looking up, and I'm not doing this. I'm not hyperextending the neck. I'm keeping the head neutral, just leaning back and lifting my eyes. You'll see it on the work. Then there's one more exercise I want to point out for those of you who are medicated or not for hypertension, have a pinched nerve in the neck, or rotator cuff muscle issues deep to the shoulders. I'm going to be doing something called an Arnold Press. It's like a military press, aka shoulder press. So you might have been told not to lift anything overhead. So for you folks, I will be incorporating this next exercise into the workout anyhow. You can feel free to repeat it. So here we go. This is a Delt, short for deltoid, abduction, ABD, going away from the midline of the body, into Delt Adduction, ADD, going toward the midline. But notice I don't go all the way here. That's to help those of you with pinched nerve or rotator cuff. So you want to begin and end the exercise 10 to 15 degrees away from landing at that side body. Now moving on with other issues, chronic concerns. If you're medicated or not for hypertension, have vertigo or GERD, I want you to avoid this position of your neck. It is a forward flexion of the neck. You don't want to do the work looking down. And I do also want to tell you that, and I've noticed this on some of my live Zooms, where people are looking down at the floor working out. It's because they have their device on the floor. Please don't do that. Put the device up at eye level, and it's going to be much better for your neck, because a lot of the times you wind up blaming the exercise instead of the fact that you're looking down, all right? So want to make sure you're looking out in front. Also, let's see, anything else? Yes, I want to also caution those of you with carpal tunnel syndrome. Please be careful. I do find quite often that you folks, not you folks in particular, but a lot of folks hold a kettlebell like this. This is a wrist extension. It doesn't matter the position of the arm or forearm. It has to do with that wrist, all right? So with you folks, you want to make sure that the wrists are straight. Also, for those of you with golfers or tennis elbow, I'm going to be doing these two exercises, a straight arm pushback and also an Arnold curl. So for any bicep, tricep work, for these issues, golfers, tennis elbow, medial or lateral epicondylitis, going to ask that you seek a little bit more medical advice. Find out if these two exercises are appropriate for you. Now, let's move on from here. So I'm going to move into some of the reminders. Always feel free to stop and rest whenever you're working out, but I'm not inviting you to quit. So therefore, I'm going to ask that you please just stop for a few breaths and then, if possible, return to the work, even if it's for one more repetition. Also, do make sure you keep yourselves properly hydrated during your workouts and throughout the course of the day as well. However, if you have been advised for kidney or bladder issues to not drink a lot of water, please, you follow that advice. Now, I'm going to tell you about that rating of perceived exertion chart. I talk about it all the time. And do go to the community tab on the channel and look for the link to it. It's a Borg RPE scale, 0 through 10, and it's an excellent subjective scale to help you with your sense of how much effort you're putting into the work. It's an excellent tool for those of you who might have a pacemaker, maybe you're taking certain medications like beta blockers, or maybe you just don't know how to take your exercise heart rate. So for my channel, the advice is for you to work out at an RPE between 3 and 6. And then on the channel, you're also going to look for a warm-up, cool-down video. Just one video where you can interchange the movements. It's pinned to the very top of the all of the videos. And it is advised for those of us 55 years and above to warm up for a solid 10 minutes prior to any workout. So what are we going to do here today for you with this kettlebell upper body workout in a chair, beginners? Well, I want to talk to you first about how to sit in the chair. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why I present a lot of my work in a chair. And it's really because, okay, we all know about sitting is the new smoking, right? And I get it and I understand it. However, what happens to people who must be in a chair for at least 8 hours a day for their work? What happens to people who have absolutely no choice but to be in a chair because of health? What do? Just discard them? No. It means a lot to me to be inclusive on this channel particularly with those with chronic concerns. That's why I call it the Chronic Concerns Corner. So let's reframe the perspective of a chair and turn it into a tool for health, all right? And so that's why we're doing this one in a chair. We have a number of standing videos with kettlebells. It's your turn to be in the chair. So how to sit in a chair when you gotta be in it a long time. And anyhow, even if it's for a short period of time, I suggest this to you. So turning here on the side a little bit for you. I do find that a lot of people, when they sit in a chair, they go like this. And if you have knee issues, particularly with flexion of the knees, this is a problem. This could be a big issue for you. So just all you have to do is bring your ankles slightly forward of your knees. Now, I am using a cushion here to help elevate me so that my acetabulo-femoral joint of the hip, also known as the coxal joint, is riding a little bit higher than the knees. I think I actually need a new cushion to be just a little bit higher. The reason for this, facing forward now, is that it will help you so that you're not collapsing. I really find, like I notice some of my students and clients who are in a wheelchair, they start to do this. And what that tells me is you're not relying upon yourself to sit up and forward. You're relying on the chair to hold you up. So if keeping yourself upright is a genuine issue for you, I get it. Use the yoga bolster. Use that cushion. If you don't have a built-in lumbar support, use your pillows and cushions to help you stay upright. Now, the other thing I want to point out here is this. I'm going to ask you to place your hands underneath your buttock flesh and pull the flesh not only straight back, but wick it out wide toward your shoulders. And I'm just going to rock side to side here a little bit. And what this does is helps me stay up and forward on the front edge of the ischial tuberosity. And in yoga, we refer to these as the 6 bones. And by the way, this is a nice little massage for those of you who might have an occasion to have sciatica or even piriformis syndrome. It's a nice little massage. So now, how we're going to go forward here is I'm going to teach you 9 exercises vertically without any external resistance. However, I will tie in now and then the fit ball. And the reason why I do this, folks, is to help you with your form, because I do find that sometimes when people are doing the exercise with me without the resistance, they're just flinging and trying to go as fast as possible. This is not about as many repetitions as possible. It's not about AMRAP. This is about take your time. I need you to be mindful about the movement. Therefore, you apply an inner sense of resistance to the work when you're not using the accessories. We'll be doing 1 set, and a set is a group of 8 to 15 repetitions in the vertical approach. However, then we will move into, after that vertical approach, we'll be moving into the supersets. We'll be doing 4 blocks of 2 exercises each, and then 1 standalone exercise that combines both a back spine extension, moving into neutral to back spine flexion, but not taking you here into flexion. So therefore, those of you who might have some of the issues with spine back flexion, you can do this exercise. And I'm pushing the definition of superset because it's typically 2 different exercises back to back, but this is definitely 2 different movements and therefore 2 different areas, important areas of the body. So I'm going to call that one a standalone superset. So just checking my notes to see if there's anything else to discuss with you. No, we're going to get going here now on the vertical part of the movements, you know what you need to do for your modifications. First block will be the kettlebell gorilla row with a kettlebell incline chest press. So I'm actually going to use the fit ball for this just for form, and I will bring my legs a little bit wider to help me here. So I'm going to bend down. I have the ball touching the floor for the moment, and then I'm going to lift that ball up toward the chin, upper chest area. And I'm going to bring my legs closer together because I'm going to remove the fit ball. I like this better, folks, without the fit ball. Watch. Yeah, see, I can get those elbows to move. And I'm going to pause at the peak of the contraction, which is right here. Inhale as I lower. Exhale on the effort, which is the lift, the pull. Your shoulder blades are retracting, engage the abdominals. You can stay using the fit ball with the legs wider, but I like this one for me. Last one, come up and slowly take it up. Now, I'm gonna grab the yoga bolster, placing it behind me. I will grab my fit ball here again, holding it up near the chest. So I have to just double check that it's above the microphone, which I want. I'm going to lean back into the bolster. So I kind of just turned my chair into a workout bench, right? So here we go. We're going to push and slowly in toward the chest. So whenever you do push movements, you're working the pectoralis of the chest. You're working the front deltoids, front shoulders. You're also working your triceps. Exhale, push, pause. Inhale as you bring it in. Exhale, push, pause. Be careful here, right? TIA stroke. You don't want that head lifted too high. You're not dropping the head back. All I'm doing is lifting my eyes while I'm leaning back. One more repetition. Exhale, push. Inhale, pull it in, and carefully lower down. Now, I'm going to work here on an upright row, kettlebell, of course, and a kettlebell incline pec fly. Now, you can keep the bolster behind you, or you can remove it. And I'm going to remove it. So, getting rid of the kettlebell for this, an upright row. Now, I'm coming into this okay position of the hands. So I want to lead this with my thumbs. It's a little bit different from how I've taught the upright row in the past, but I like it on the shoulder joint, and it's a little safer for those of you with pinch nerve and rotator cuff issue. So think about where you see this in real life, activities of daily living. Well, when I see people pull their luggage out of the trunks of their cars, I'm seeing this movement. I'm seeing the same thing when I watch them pull out their bags of groceries. Working shoulders, upper trapezius, bicep muscles, core muscles, one more, and slowly down. Now we're going to do the incline pec fly, but I don't need to lean back on this one. So I'm going to bring the arms out like so. And I'm going to be scooping the arms up, forward, and under the breast tissue. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. So I'm going to turn diagonally here for you a little bit. Arms out. Exhale, up. You want to puff up the chest. No collapsing. Exhaling on the effort. Let me tell you something, folks. When you have those kettlebells hanging out in front of you, there is a lot of work going on in the core as well as your biceps, along with the pectoral and front delt. Last one, and slowly lower. Now, we're coming on to the third block. So for this, we're going to be combining a kettlebell Arnold Press and with a kettlebell Arnold Curl, all right? So you already know your modifications. I'm beginning here, elbows bent, So I do want to caution, because there's work here on the biceps, quite a bit, isometric work. In fact, you also want to add in this exercise to show your medical practitioner for golfers or tennis elbow. So we hold here, backs of my hands are facing you. Inhale, exhale, my palms are facing you. Inhale, lower, backs of the hands, right? Exhale, take it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring them up there. So Arnold Press has that rotation within the glenohumeral joint. Exhale, up. And again, there's a lot of forearm work here as well. Sit tall, no slouching, please. One more. Pause at the peak of the contraction right here. Carefully take it on down. Now an Arnold Curl. We bring the arms out wider. Now you know how to do a bicep curl, right? This is your basic bicep curl. I don't want that though. I want you to try here. And now we curl toward the front of the shoulders. Pause at the peak right there. When you're holding the kettlebells, again, forearms, lots of work, and I choose these exercises specific to our demographic because forearms, wrist area, these are osteoporotic sites. We want them strong. Exhale, pause. Inhale, open. And it's a great exercise to help you with carrying heavy packages, your groceries, even picking up and carrying your beautiful children or grandchildren. One more. Pause at the peak of the contraction. Control it open, slowly lower down. If you have to take a stretch or any kind of shoulder roll, let's say, I would advise you do these between the blocks, not between sets. And now for the next block, we have the kettlebell Delt abduction. Adduction, you already know this one. With the kettlebell straight arm pushback, also known as a straight arm press back. So beginning 10 to 15 degrees away from the sides of the body, we come out to Delt abduction, slowly lower to Delt adduction. Inhale, exhale on the effort, pause at the peak of the contraction. Inhale as you lower. My palms for the moment are facing you. If you need to face the floor, that's okay as well. Exhale, pause, slow and controlled. Don't let the movement take over. Pause. Again, I'm pushing down into my feet, folks, making sure they help me stay upright. Let them be responsible for the work. Don't let this kind of stuff take over. One more, here we go. And slowly down. Now, I'm going to turn the palms toward each other. I want to make sure I don't hit my bolster. And I'm going to go straight back. Control it in. So remember, this is the work where we have to find out about golfers or tennis elbow for the straight arm pushback, press back. Pause. Exhale. Notice I'm not coming all the way to the side. That's not because of rotator cuff or pinched nerve issues. It's because it's a little more work. Pause. A couple of more repetitions. Make sure you're not pushing your head out in front, thinking you're going further back. One more. Notice my hands are a little wider than the shoulders. Release. Let's take some nice big shoulder rolls. And then for the final exercise, before we move into the equipment, I'm going to tie in here my bolster again. Let's create that workout bench. I'm going to sit a little forward to accommodate it. Now, I'm going to use the ball because I will be holding one kettlebell up near my chest. So, fit ball or Pilates ball. Inhale, exhale. I lean back, that's spine extension. Push down into the feet. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly button in. I return to neutral, which is spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Eyes are lifted. Inhale, exhale. Slowly, wow, it's very deep core. Spine flexion. Inhale, whoops, hold steady on the inhale first. So inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. Pull the belly button, transverse abdominis. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, push down into those feet, lift up to come to neutral. One more of each. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, push down, exhale, spine flexion. Hold there. I'm going to lower the ball down. And now, folks, we're going to move into the kettlebell gorilla row with the kettlebell incline chest press. I'll be using 15 pounders here for the gorilla row, and I will be touching the weights to the floor. So I'm just leaving the bolster where it is. Inhale, exhale, pull. Control it down, lightly tap, pull, pause. Head is up, pause. Pause. Breath in and out through the nose, belly button pulled in. Look out in front, not at the floor. One more. And slowly down. Hello, I feel that. Now we're going to do the kettlebell incline chest press. I'm going to take my 15 pounder, turn it upside down, lean back into my bolster, and push. Push. Exhale, push. Is the belly button pulled in? Are you pressing down into your feet? TIA stroke, do not drop that head back. Two more. Pause. Slowly down, back to the gorilla row, right? So here we go. Pull, tap, pull, tap, pull, pause. One more. Oh yeah, we're gonna move that one back. Let's turn this upside down. Lean back into the bolster. Here we go. Push. Pectorals, front deltoid, triceps, core, pause. Lots of transverse abdominis when you sit in a chair. You've got to pull the belly button in though. It's not sucking in the gut, it's just gently drawing it in toward the small of your back. Pause. One more, pause. Slowly in, carefully sit down. All right, now for the next block, I'm doing the upright row with the Incline Pec Fly. So I am going to get rid of the bolster for this. Using 8 pounders for my upright row. I'm going to sit with the legs wider apart. And again, I want to try to lead from the thumb. So I've got to really grab down with the kettlebell here. And take it up. Belly button in, sit tall please, no slouching. Support yourselves if you need to with a cushion behind you. Pause at the peak. And I have to say, when I sit in a chair, I have to bring my weights down. It's a lot different because you don't have the help of the hips, folks, right? That's a big muscle area, the glutes, the thighs, they're not engaged as much. One more. Whoa. And slowly down. And let me just bring these out of the way here because I have my fives under the chair. So moving into that Incline Pec Fly. This is a lot of work in a chair. It's just a lot of work. Not only that transverse abdominis of the core, whew, man, do I feel my erector muscles of my back. Pause, scooping up and under the breast tissue. Please be careful, carpal tunnel syndrome. One more. And slowly down. Let's keep this on the outside here for the moment. And legs wide, returning to your upright row. Shoulders plugged into their sockets. Here we go. And slowly down. Sorry, I didn't say one more. Okay, let's bring it out. That kicked in on me. And let me bring this in. And here we go. Pec Fly, incline. Up and under. Man, oh man. Now I have to say, there's an awful lot of bicep work going on here as well. So be careful, please. Golfer's tennis elbow. Oh boy. Exhale, pause, stay upright. Push down into those feet. Oh. And one more. And slowly down. Wowie wow. So the next round we will be doing is the Arnold Press with Arnold Curls. So for this one, I'll be using my 10-pound kettlebells. Back up into the chair a little bit. Okay, backs of the hands facing you. Inhale, exhale, take it up. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. One more. Oh. Lots of core as well. Deltoids, triceps, biceps. They're all working. Okay. What am I doing with this? I'm doing the Arnold Curl. Right. So let's grab the fives. Out wide. And curl in. And release. Let me just make sure I have that properly. Yep. You know, this is a lot more challenging in certain ways than a bicep curl, just because I don't have the ability to rest my arms up against anything. Again, front deltoid, biceps, working the core, forearms. One more. Hold yourselves up. Be proud. And slowly down. Let's get these out of the way. Coming back into Arnold Press. So yes, he did kind of create these two exercises. That's me really breathing. It's my exhale, of course. going to go a little wider. I don't want to rock in my chair. Yeah. Last one. Whew. This is talking to me. And carefully as I lower down. And let's pick out those 5s again. And exhale, pause. One more. And slowly down. Whew, I just want to take a couple of shoulder rolls there. We're going to move into the 4th block now, which is the kettlebell delt abduction adduction with the straight arm pushback. I just want to make sure there's nothing I can bang into. All right, kettlebell delt abduction adduction. Remember, 10 to 15 degrees away from the sides of the body, sitting up. Two more. Oh, okay. Now, let me set my arms up here, straight back. I promised you a lot of core in this session. There's a lot going on. Posterior delt, rhomboids, upper back, triceps. Careful, golfer's tennis elbow. One more. Wow. Okay, back to delt abduction, adduction. Here we go. And you know I rehearsed this before. I want credit. Two more. Whew. Wow, okay. And straight back. Sit tall. Belly button engaged. No hunching of the shoulders. Avoid, please, that forward head posture, tech neck. Oh, wow. One more. Oh, and let's lower these down. Oh my goodness, I'm happy to get rid of those. Let's take some shoulder rolls for a moment, please. And now I'm going to set up my bolster one more time here for the spine extension, spine flexion, but moving into neutral to get to the flexion. All right, using 115-pound kettlebell. Okay, here we go. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, push into the feet, lift up to come to neutral for spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, push down to lift. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. I'm feeling this. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. One more, then we'll do shoulder rolls, and we're going to do this again. Inhale, exhale, spine extension, inhale, exhale, up, up, up into spine flexion. Again, just take a couple of shoulder rolls, a couple of deep breaths, and let's go back into it. One more round. You can do just one round on this, but what the heck, let's do two if you want to join in with me. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Push into the feet, inhale, exhale, spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, press into the feet as you exhale into neutral for spine flexion. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale into spine flexion. Keep pulling the belly button in, folks. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion. Get up, up, up. One more. Inhale, exhale, spine extension. Inhale, exhale, spine flexion all the way up. Whew. We're going to set that down. I'm getting rid of the bolster. And I just want to take you through just a few stretches, but I do advise you to head on over to the warm-up cool-down video on the channel. So interlock the fingers, or you can place one hand on top of the other, arms up. I'm just going to move dynamically through this shoulder girdle rotation, pectoral girdle. And then pause right here. Notice my arms are not like this, folks. Not a great idea for pinched nerve or rotator cuff. And then I'm going to open out wide, but I'm going to push the walls away from me. My arms are not behind me. Now look at the wrists. This is wrist extension. So those of you with the carpal tunnel, you need to straighten the wrists and think you're reaching out through the middle fingers. And then I'm going to place the hands behind the head, not the neck. I'm going to press those elbows back. I'm going to thrust my chest up and forward. I'm looking up. Please don't drop the head back, TIA stroke. I don't even think it's necessary to drop the head back. I don't think it's a deep enough of a back bend to warrant it, but it is a nice spine extension to offset the flexion. And then let's slowly come back to center, take some nice big shoulder rolls. So that's what we have for you today, folks, here at Boomer and Beyond Wellness. And please, if you like the channel, I would ask you to please consider subscribing to the channel. I would really like it if you did that. And also consider sharing the videos, giving it a kind comment, and hit the notification bell to be reminded of new videos. And also, if you would like to subscribe to my monthly newsletter, and there may be intermittent newsletters for some upcoming podcast shows where I do live classes with you. You would go to my website, which is boomerandbeyondwellness.com. Look for the subscribe tab, and you can just fill that out. And as a thank you, you will receive a workout video that I designed exclusively for newsletter subscribers. So until next time, eat your greens, eat your beans, drink your water, and be well. Thank you.